This was my first full week training for half Ironman, and I thought I was pretty fit coming into this process, and it was a lot harder than I expected. If you are someone who is training for a half Ironman or curious of what the training process looks like, this video is for you. In this video, I'm going to go through every single day of my week training for a half Ironman. Right now, I'm focusing on running and biking, and I'm gonna start swimming in the new year. I'm also gonna show you every metric for every workout, and we'll share a little bit more about how I'm feeling and why I'm doing some of the workouts that I'm doing. So take a watch and let's get going. Week one, first full training week. Got 8 months to the half Ironman. That's not me, that's my wife. Let's kick off on Monday. I'll show you guys something pretty cool. So this is my gym that I go to. It's called Altitude Athletics. Started off early, 6:11 a.m. in the morning.
Excellent. How are you?
Walked in. This has got to be one of the best gyms I've ever been to. Altitude Athletics is set to 9,000 feet above sea level, so it's actually a chamber that you enter. And it's proven that training at altitude will help you increase your performance and improve your recovery. So I know a lot of endurance athletes do this, whether you're a runner or a biker, and I have this right here in Toronto. So did my first warm up here on the bike for 30 minutes, kept the heart rate nice and low. And then I did my first brick workout. So I took the cleats off, put the runners on, and I went out the door for a 60-minute 12K run. Again, I'm keeping everything nice and chill, nice and easy in zone 2. And that was my first official Ironman workout, 90 minutes, 1,200 calories. And we're right off to Tuesday, where I had my first quality bike session. I've never done a bike workout before, but I'll tell you something really cool. We use this app called Techno Gym at Altitude Athletics. So it has all my workouts preloaded, both my cardio and my lifts. You actually scan in on the machine that you're using. So on this case, I was using the bike. I threw on the football game beside me to keep things interesting. And then my warm up was set in the app. It was set on the bike. I had 3 times 5 minutes at 200 watts, which you can see are pretty heavy. And then I had a nice little cool down. Right after I jumped into weightlifting, I feel like this is the first thing that most people cut when their training load gets high. It's been the biggest game changer for me in my marathon training. It improves so many things, but the best part about it is it helps you stay injury free. This last training block that I did, I felt the strongest I've ever felt, and I didn't have any illnesses, I didn't have any injuries, and I really do attribute it to my strength training. So that was Tuesday, another 90 minutes, not as many calories, but the goal here was speed and strength. And now we're off to Wednesday, a 90-minute ride, the longest I've ever done on the trainer. I love that I can just wake up, go into the next room, and jump on the bike. So I did a 90-minute cycle. I tried my best to keep it at zone 2. This is my little setup that you're gonna see here. If you watch later in the video, it actually gets way better because I spent the weekend improving it. 90 minutes is a long time. I threw a podcast on. This is a podcast about sports betting, and this is an audiobook about triathlon training. Again, 90 minutes. Almost 1,000 calories, and just trying to get that endurance up. And that brings us to Thursday, the 4th workout of the week, back at altitude. I had to stretch the legs out for quite a bit before this. My hamstrings were just screaming at me from all the lifting and the new biking exercises. But today was a quality run, so 60 minutes on the treadmill. Always spend a little bit of time warming up, and then the working set was 5 times 2 minutes at a marathon pace, and then a nice little cool down. This one felt good, 60 minutes, trying to get that speed up. And this brings us to Friday, where I had a nice longer run set through the New Balance Super Blast 2s on. Loving these shoes right now. Out the door, it's still dark, but met up with a friend and we crushed the 16 kilometers together. It's so much easier running with other people, man. You got to try it. 90 minutes, again, just trying to get that endurance up nice and easy. And now we're here on the weekend, and the weekends are super important. I'm finding both for marathon training and Ironman training. I'm teaching spin today, but I always like to get out for a little run before class. My wife Jackie joins us. So we're in Canada, it's cold. It was about -2 out, but once you start getting out there, once the sun comes up, it's not too bad. The real athlete of the family is my wife Jackie. As you can see here, she's just crushing a workout before we jump over to spin. Right when I get back, put the clothes on, finish up that playlist, and I head out the door. Honestly, no matter how tired I am, teaching spin and teaching fitness just always gets me going. So headed over to the studio, put the headset on, and we are off to teach.
I believe in faith.
So for most of class, we're going to be up at third, our butt is out of that seat, and we're going to hit the beat of the music. So right, left, right, left.
Hey, pulling hanging on my neck, the bracelet matches.
Yeah, I'm never going to get tired of that. That was awesome. Pretty wiped after this. That was a big day of cardio. And then we're on to our last workout of the week. This is a huge brick run. I could tell you right now, I woke up, I did not feel like doing this, but I just forced myself out the door. I kept it super light, super easy. And I was pretty pumped for this. So this is the new setup. This is the full screen NFL games. We had a 90-minute cycle. I had Zwift set up on the iPad while I'm watching the games. First 30 minutes felt good. Then I was starting to feel it with the next 60 minutes. And those last 90 minutes, man, holy man. I was tired, man. And this is when I started to realize this Ironman stuff's no joke. This was a huge day, huge brick workout, 2,000 calories, and improving the cardio. So that's it. That's my first week of Ironman training. Learned a bunch of stuff already in this first week. Falling in love with the riding aspect of this. I have a lot of work to do on this, and I know I have to start swimming soon, but I'm just gonna focus on riding and building up my riding strength for the next couple months before I jump into the pool. If you like this video, if you wanna follow along for the journey, if you are doing your first half Ironman or training for some endurance sport, please give me a like, give me a comment, give me a subscribe. I'd love to hear about your journey and what you're doing. Thanks, please subscribe.